Welcome, folks. I am Jabby Kaway, joined by Mary Cherry.
Hello.
We're looking at a trailer from PlayStation's YouTube channel. It's a few weeks old now, but I thought this could be a fun one because you play horror games.
Show it to me.
I do. I have recently finished The Last of Us, the first one.
Why are these all stuck together?
I've gotten into Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no idea if anyone's going to watch this reaction. But I thought it'd be a fun one to do with you, given what you do, you Twitch and whatnot. So make sure to follow Mary Cherry on her Twitch channel, where she's twitching all the time. She's twitching out. And yeah, it's fun stuff. I've watched her live, and she responds to her fans. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, thanks, Jabby.
And then eventually she comes on your channel.
And I'm like, hey.
If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up. Please let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go. All right.
Maddening.
Okay.
Oh my God.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
This is my favorite song of all time. They're gonna make it a horror song.
Really?
Thousands of young to salvation.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh God, she knows I'm one.
Don't let them get inside, Compare. They're not the good kind.
Very beautiful graphics.
Rosetto isn't cursed or blessed. It's a battleground.
Maybe the dark man just likes it when you suffer.
Have you ever talked to a doctor about your condition?
This is madness!
Fall on your knees, wear the mask, raise his name.
Welcome to the Madhouse, Detective.
She looks cool.
Not as cool as Mary Cherry.
Is this set in the 20s?
I guess so. It's definitely set in like a swing era. Take it away. Mike, you take the mic.
Well, very beautiful graphics, creepy music, but I would imagine that they've added all that music for the trailer purposes. I can also imagine that it is going to have those creepy sound effects whilst you're in game. I am grateful that it is third person though, because I cannot handle first person.
Okay, so then you didn't play BioShock.
No. Anything that's first person and you can't change the settings for it, I just can't. It's just too real for me. What about you? Do you...
I used to hate first-person shooters until I got a PC and realized that you can open up the what do you call it? The field of view. Thank you. Yeah. For the longest time they didn't offer that on console, and I didn't understand why. And I guess it's a graphical thing, but now you can open up the field of view on console, which it makes me very happy, because my whole thing is this is not how real life works. You know, you're not looking through this sort of window.
Yeah.
This is how real life works. And so opening up that field of view, the very best way if you're going to do first-person shooter is to have two peripheral monitors. Like your main monitor and a peripheral monitor, or maybe like a, what do you call it, like a round monitor like this?
Yeah.
That's curved.
Yeah.
And then peripheral monitors to like really immerse you. Or just VR goggles.
Oh, no.
What are you so afraid of?
The first person perspective used to bother me like it bothers you.
Yeah.
Just because it didn't feel like a real immersion the way it's intended to. But I think that we are so much closer to it being real immersion that I'm open to it.
Yeah, and like with the graphics of these, it just looks so real that I feel like it would just make it 10 times more intense, be it in a VR or a first-person setting. So
Isn't that the point?
yeah, it is the point. It's the point, but do you want to traumatize yourself over it?
You know, it's funny you say that. Whenever I think about Resident Evil, I always think about the fact that I stayed up way too late playing it, firstly. And I played it for GameCube. I didn't play it for the original PlayStation version. And there's a scene, I think the character's name is Sarah. If I recall correctly, Sarah is this like disfigured looking, horrific, reject from hell of a creature, of a person.
Right.
I remember I was like walking down this path and then Sarah was coming towards me, and it's like 4 a.m. It's not what you want to be looking at 4 a.m. And to this day, whenever someone says Resident Evil, that thought pops up into my head of that experience and going to bed with that in my mind.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a kid or anything. I was like a teenager or a late teenager, and it still like sits there in my memory every time someone mentions Resident Evil. I'm like, Sarah.
On the other hand, there's always exposure therapy too. So the more that you expose yourself to these scary movies and scary games.
That's Lisa.
You play that as a teenager?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. See,
so what about exposure therapy?
So with exposure therapy is like you expose yourself to these, say it's scary stuff that you are afraid of. Well, most people are scared of scary stuff, but like scary games and scary movies and things like that. The more you expose yourself, the more you become conditioned to those types of things and the less scared you become. So like 2 years ago, for example, I didn't touch horror at all.
Ain't no shame in it.
So I just refused. Even on my channel, I was like, no. And then I had everyone being like, you have to, like, you'll love it. And I was like, all right. And then slowly, I do feel like I am predicting things a little bit better. But the jump scares, man, jump scares still get to you because they're always surprising.
And then 2 years from now, you're dead inside.
Maybe. Who knows?
Just playing horror games, just like, whatever.
Like, what's this?
Blood, guts, okay, whatever. Lisa, whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's the eventuality, right? Because I talk to people who are like horror film aficionados. They're so desensitized to it. They have no real reaction anymore. Whereas for me, depending on what it is, I might have a visceral response of like, oh God, I'm, like just watching this trailer because I don't expose myself to this very much. The reactions are still entertaining, because that's the thing is like you reach a point you don't have a reaction anymore, and so it's not as entertaining to watch. I think that what you're doing is right, where you're limiting your exposure, where when you do expose yourself to it, it still elicits a response, and that's the humor, that's the comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So like 2 years ago, it was probably comedic for people watching, being like, oh my God.
It's not comedic anymore?
No, well, yeah, probably it is still, but at the very beginning, everything was surprising to me, because it was so fresh and new to me.
I wonder how it would be if I played Resident Evil now. Because oftentimes when I play video games, the reason I don't do Let's Plays is because I don't think I'm that entertaining to watch. I get so focused on the game that I don't have the most entertaining expression. I don't have entertaining commentary. Maybe if I was playing horror games, it would be more fun because I just get like wrapped up in the drama, the narrative and all that stuff. And so I don't do it very often. Maybe it'll be all right.
Everybody follow him on Twitch. He's going to be starting his horror journey.
It's not my cup of tea is the thing. Last of Us is the only one that I've really gotten into.
That's fair.
Yeah, but maybe I will. Maybe, who knows? Is like a 2-player game that we could do?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I cannot think of it, but I can definitely ask.
Yeah.
We could definitely get into
your Twitch audience.
Into something like that.
They always love it when you bring guys on, right?
It's their favorite thing.
You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Follow Mary Cherry on the social media, on her Twitch, on her YouTube, all that good stuff. Subscribe here, please, if you haven't already. Bell icon, all notifications, vote this up. I'm Jabby Kawai. This is
Mary Cherry.
Peace out.